What's up, YouTube? My name is RJ. I am with Harbuck Media. Today, we are going to discuss navigating the minefield of copyright laws. But before we get into that content, first, drop us a like if you would. It really just helps the channel with the algorithm, gets us in front of new people. If you're watching and you are not a subscriber, please become one today and smash that notification bell so that you are notified of all of our upcoming video content. We post a video just like this one every single week, and we have shorts that come out Monday through Friday. We want to make sure that you get to see that content when it comes out. If you get the opportunity, go follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well at Harbuck Media. And if you have a comment or question about this video that we're doing today or any of our previous videos, please be sure to drop it down in the comment section. We will do our best to respond as quickly as possible. And if it needs a more full-length interaction, a more full-length discussion, we would love the opportunity to turn it into a video just like this one. So that's it. Let's get started.
Oh, fire and water meet, going down deep. Sing, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath. Down to the river.
Navigating the minefield of copyright laws. Now, if you're just getting started creating video content, you're probably wondering, what am I even talking about? Well, the reality of being a content creator is that you're going to have to work around copyright. Anything from images to music to videos you might share inside of your video content. All of these things might have copyright issues that come along with it. And there are oftentimes hefty penalties that can come with breaking a copyright law. So we really just want to make sure that no matter what it is that we're using, music, sound effects, videos, images, we want to make sure that we are in the right and that we do not break those copyright laws. Today, we're going to break this video down into 5 sections. First, let's talk about the penalties that you can receive for infringing upon a copyright. The penalties of infringing upon a copyright are really going to depend upon the person who owns the rights to the content that you have, infringed upon. It could be anything from needing to have your videos pulled down until you make right the infringement, whether paying or giving credit to the original content creator, to even having your channels permanently banned from those social media sites. Or even worse, the content creator could sue you, or you could get fined by the federal government, and can even go so much as to see some jail time if you have a history of breaking these kinds of laws. So these are definitely something that we don't want to play around with. We don't want to lose money and even serve time for infringing upon a copyright. Second, let's talk about solutions. How can you avoid infringing upon a copyright? First of all, you could make the content yourself. You could make your own images, make your own videos, make your own music, make your own sound effects. You could do that. You can make it on your own, and then you own the rights to the content. Therefore, no one is infringing upon a copyright issue because it is your copyright in the first place. Next, you could go and find royalty free. There's a lot of places, and we're going to talk about that in the next couple of points here, but there are places where you can go and you can download royalty free videos and music and images and sound effects. And what that means is that the person has created them for other people to use, and they do not want payment for that. Now, they may want for you to mention them in your description, or, just give them credit at the end of your video or at the bottom of your video while their content is being played. These are things that are going to depend, again, upon the person, but there are ways to avoid paying, sometimes by just giving credit to the original content creator. Then there's outright paying for content. You could go to a site and you can just buy a specific, if there's like an image you really want, and there's this only one place that sells that image, then you can go and purchase that image. You just have to make sure that you are purchasing the right type of license for that image, because depending on how you distribute your content will depend on what size of royalty you need to pay to that content creator. And lastly, there are subscription sites. These are sites where there are a lot of content creators who get paid by these sites to list their content. And then people like us pay them a subscription to have access to all of that content completely free of needing to give credit to the original content creator. Now, for the next 3 points, I want to give you some websites that you can reference. These will include royalty-free options, paid-for options, and even subscription options for that content. So first, let's talk about music and sound effects. Now, if your content is only going to be on YouTube, then YouTube actually has an audio library specifically for content creators in the YouTube studio that you can go and download music and even sound effects. Now, personally, I find their sound effects to be a little bit too cinematic and not really, YouTube vlog style sound effects. But there are a lot of people on YouTube who create sound effects royalty free that you can then just pull into a website, an MP3 ripper, and download that audio to use. If you're looking for more of a commercial application, if you want a one-off, you want something that not a lot of other people are going to have access to, you want to stand out with your song selection, then I would highly suggest a website such as MusicBed. They are very pricey in my own personal opinion. But again, if you're wanting to use some music for a commercial, let's say you want to put a commercial on local TV or on national TV, and you don't want it to be something that other people are using and you're willing to spend $1,000 or more on a song to guarantee that, then definitely check out MusicBed. Now, if you're ultimately looking for a subscription, something that you can pay a yearly price to and have access to all their music and sound effects to use as many times as you want in all of your videos, then I've got 3 great suggestions for you. Personally, I use artlist.io. There's also Storyblocks and Motion Array. Both are phenomenal and they are subscription based just like artlist.io. Next, let's talk about videos. YouTube is another great source again for this type of content. You can go there and search for royalty-free videos. Another website that I really like for royalty-free video source is a website called Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. And then if you're wanting to get back into that paid for or subscription style video content, I mentioned artlist.io for music and sound effects. They have a sister website called artgrid.io that is for videos. And then you can also use, again, Storyblocks and Motion Array. And then finally, let's talk about images. If you need some graphics or some images, some pictures to use in your video content, if you're going, again, royalty free, check out Pexels, again, P-E-X-E-L-S. Or Unsplash, U-N-S-P-L-A-S-H. Both of these are phenomenal websites for royalty-free images. And then if you want to get back into paid for subscription style websites, once again, Storyblocks and Motion Array. Now, 2 of those websites you heard me mention all 3 times, Storyblocks and Motion Array. And that's it. They're full service websites for images, audio, video when it comes to paying a subscription and having access to content for your videos. These are one-stop shops, but that does not mean that they are the only option or even the best option. They are great options. Do not get me wrong, but artlist.io, artgrid.io, Pexels, Unsplash, these are all phenomenal websites to reference as well. And it might be a good idea as a content creator to have subscriptions to multiple of these sites so that you can find the perfect piece of music for your video or the perfect B-roll video footage for your video so that you don't find yourself reusing the same footage or the same images over and over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with using those royalty-free websites. A lot of people will steer clear of them once they get to a certain point because they don't want to use the same images as someone else. Maybe they just want to stand apart, or maybe they want to give the appearance of having the budget of a mega corporation. Whatever it is, there are a lot of people who avoid those royalty-free sites, but especially if you're starting that off, you really should use those sites. They have great content, high quality content that you can use without, again, giving credit to the creator in many cases. So that's it. You really just need to be aware that copyright infringement is a thing, and you need to keep your eyes on what type of content you're using and what type of credit you are supposed to give. And if you're wanting to avoid that altogether, then Just get some budget together and start looking into these subscription style platforms. Well, that's it for the video today. I hope that you have found this helpful. If you did, please give us a like. If you're not a subscriber today, please become one and smash that notification bell so that you're notified of all of our upcoming video content. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Harbuck Media, and drop a comment down in the comment section if you have a question or comment. Thank you so much again for watching this video. We'll catch you next week.
Oh, fire and water meet, going down deep, sing, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, down to the river.